Hey, what's up, guys? It's Uchiha here, back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Was a Puppet Master, and it's kind of an unscripted movie and my own idea as well. And before continuing this, if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin our story. Our story begins at the night of 9th October. It was a nice evening in Konohagakure no Sato, the village hidden in the leaves. And the day the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze's wife, Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, was giving birth to their children. As in a far side in a cave of the village, we heard a woman screaming, "Minato, I'm going to kill you after this is done!" As it was the wail and scream of Kushina Uzumaki, who was in process of giving birth to her second child. As she was squeezing Minato's hand as best as she could, as Minato's hand was crunching and getting together, as Minato's face was showing many distressed emotions. Kushi-chan, please calm down. You're squashing my head. You better believe it. When I am done with this, I'm gonna squash something more than this. As Minato paled at this. Come on, Kushina, stop wailing like a baby. There's one more to go. Really? One more? Minato, you did this to me. I hate you. Sorry, Kushi-chan. I love you too. And finally, after half an hour, the three babies were born. After looking at the three babies, they smiled at each other and named them. The first one was Menma, the second one was Naruto, the third one was Naruto, the youngest of the all. As they were looking at each other, they were quite confused. Kushi-chan, I'm thinking that Naruto looks quite feminine. Don't you think? Yeah, now you say it like that, Minakun. He looks like a girl. Well, all the way he's going to be a mama's boy after all. Well, that is quite a good thing, don't you think? Said Minato, as both of them smiled. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Fourth Hokage and hot-blooded habanero. And, oh, you had children together in secret, said a masked figure appearing out of shadows. Who are you? Tensed Minato as he got into a battle stance, as Kushina was there already trying to defend her children. I said, who are you? Oh, fourth Hokage is going to try to demand who I am. Well, how about this? The man vanished and reappeared where he was standing, as both of them were shocked. In his hands was none other than Naruko, their middle daughter. Unhand our child, said the fourth Hokage, as Kushina became terrified and picked up both of her left children. Hand over me the Jinchuriki, or the child gets it. As Minato became even more tense at that, suddenly the masked man threw baby Naruko in the air, as the fourth Hokage flying right in there to catch the baby. As he got it, he saw that there was ceiling tags underneath the baby's cloth, and they were explosive tags. Minato took the sheet and threw it away, and yellow flashed to the safe house where Kushina and their babies will be staying along with them. Hold tight, Naruko. I'm going to leave a clone with you, said Minato as he made a clone, and the clone nodded, while the real Minato left to get his wife and the said two children. When he arrived, he saw that all of the nurses were dead, alongside the third Hokage's wife, Bewako, who was on her last breath. Minato, your child, both of them, are taken by the masked man alongside Kushina. Please, hurry. With that said, Bewako closed her eyes forever to the world. She was dead. Minato clenched his tongue between his teeth and sunshined outside the village, tracking Kushina's chakra. Come on, come on. Aha, there it is. Minato yellow flashed there because he was throwing kunai so hard that it went 100 meters in distance. It will take 2 minutes for him to reach there. After 2 minutes, he arrived in an open field where he saw Kushina being tied, her seal already broken, as the babies were crying at a distance. Now, Hokage, choose your babies or your wife. Minato, protect the children first. I can handle myself, said Kushina. Kushi-chan, are you sure about that? Yes, go hurry, as Minato sunshined towards the children and took them, and yellow flashed back to where baby Naruto was. Take care of them. I'll go grab Kushi-chan. The clone nodded back to Minato as the Minato yellow flashed again. On the other side, he heard a huge growl and huge killer intent in the air. Oh no. As almost suddenly the third Hokage, alongside with all of the Anbus and Jonins, arrived at the open field where they felt such killer intent. What is this? What is going on, Hokage-sama? I don't know. Maybe we should wait for Minato, but this chakra, from what I can remember, it is the Nine Tails. Be prepared for the worst. Hi! As the Nananbu commander asked, his name was Dragon. Sir, with all due respect, shouldn't Minato-sama be here? I don't know where he is. Today was, you know what, but he hasn't arrived yet. From the looks of it, it looks like some complication took place. That is correct. We should hope for the best. And for now, we are going to prepare for the Nine Tails' arrival and have to do whatever we can to prevent it from reaching within the village boundaries. Hi, Hokage-sama, said all of them as they prepared, and Nine Tails emerged all of a sudden as it roared. And for a second, even Santam's eyes widened. Is that Sharing? As he shook his head. Not that it matter. We have to defend the village at all costs, said the Santam. As the battle commenced, people were throwing jutsus and whatever they could at the Nine Tails. Guy was already in the sixth gate state and throwing kicks and punches at its feet and hands. But the Nine Tails didn't waver. With a slash of its claw, Guy was thrown miles away. His chakra cloak deactivated as his eyes closed. Damn it, Guy said as he lost his consciousness. On the other side, Minato appeared on his fourth Hokage statue after retrieving Kushina back to their children, where, with the help of little bit of his healing knowledge jutsu, he healed Kushina enough so that she could take care of their children. She needed some rest. Due to Uzumaki's potent chakra and healing abilities, she will need 10 to 20 minutes to heal herself completely for battle-ready state. She didn't deplete any chakra though. Almost half of her chakra was ripped out from her though. Anyway, Minato was standing on his head as he saw a huge Bijudama coming towards the village. As Minato threw a Raijin Kuna at it, and then threw another Kunai at a distance, and then he used the flying Raijin technique for the Bijudama to be yellow flash there. As the Bijudama was heard in a large distance away from village, as everyone saw it, it looks like Minato took care of it, and a yellow flash Minato appeared in front of Sandem. Sorry about that, Sarutobi-sama. I bring grave news. I hope everything is alright with Kushina-chan. Yes, they are safe alongside our children, but your wife, she passed away. There was a masked man claiming to be Madara Uchiha. What? How can that be possible, Minato? Said Fugaku Uchiha as he arrived there. I'm not saying that it was Madara, but he was claiming to be, and he used his Sharingan to manipulate the tail beast and ripped out of Kushina-chan. Damn it! Believe me when I say this, my friend, we have nothing to do with this. You don't have to redeem yourself in my eyes, Fugaku, because I know you wouldn't do such thing, and it was either an mentally unstable Uchiha or the one you have banished from the clan. We will check this about later. For now, we have to stop the Nine Tails at all cost. As they tried to stop, but everything failed. Then Minato came to an idea. Hiruzen Sarutobi, Fugaku Uchiha, I need both of you to be here and lead the shinobi forces. I will be retrieving to my home and bringing back my kids. Minato, you can't be serious of using that technique. Hi, it is the only way that we can stop it. I hope you know what you're doing, Minato. As Minato arrived back to his home, he saw Kushina, his clone, and their children there. Kushina trying to calm them down. Minato-kun, I still can feel the Kyuubi's chakra, so I guess you're here for the children, she said, looking downcast. Yes. So, are we going to use all of them for sealing the Kyuubi's chakra and soul? No, I'm going to seal a little bit of chakra and soul inside of you, because I know if I don't, you have little to none chance of survival. And Menma and Naruto will be the one who will be holding yin and yang side of chakra. What about Naruto? He will be fine. We don't want to burden him. He looks feminine already, and he doesn't have as much chakra as both of them. He might not survive this, and I don't want to burden him. Hi, you're right. As Minato made another clone who was popped at his arrival, you have to look after Naruto while we take Naruko and Menma alongside Kushi-chan. As another clone nodded, as the previous clone who was there took Kushina in her arms, and while the Minato took Naruko and Menma in his, as both of them yell flashed out of it, as Minato clone took baby Naruto in his hands. You'll be alright. Boss will take care of it in a jiffy. He smiled as the baby cooed and smiled back at his father. Outside on the battlefield, Minato prepared the altar and both babies lay there and tried to write down the seal. As the battle vibration was so much that seal malfunctioned and a kanji was written wrong. As when he did the hand seal, instead of Shinigami, Kami appeared there. Who have summoned me to this realm? Are you Shinigami? No, mortal. I am Kami, the watcher of the realm. Why have you summoned me now? Well, my purpose was to summon Shinigami, but you have arrived, Kami-sama. I beg for your assistance in sealing the Nine Tails chakra, yin and yang, into my children, Naruko and Menma, and a little its soul and a little bit of its chakra inside my wife, Kushina Uzumaki. You are asking me for this favor. I see. It will be done, but what about the repayment? Aren't you going to take my soul? Mortal, that useless kind of a deal is my brother's way of taking payments from you mortals, but not mine. I have seen what your child will go through if I take your life, and for that I have forgiven you for using this. But beware, Minato Namikaze, if you forever again summon any of us, we will take your soul as the price. Hi, Kami-sama, I am indebted to you. You don't need to be. As Kami then clapped her both hands, and the soul was ripped from its body structure, and the chakra was distributed in three parts. A little bit of chakra with soul, and the two huge chunks of chakra got near the babies and were sealed inside of them, while Kushina inside was sealed with Kyuubi's chakra, a little bit of it, and the Kyuubi's soul, so that she could live and survive for a longer time. The deed is done, mortal, and you have been warned. With that said, Kami vanished, as everyone calmed down. There were a little bit of injuries and injured ones, but no casualties, thankfully. As Hiruzen and Anbu commander alongside with Fugaku, Hiyashi, Tizumi, and all of the clan heads arrived, who were protecting the village and fighting in the battleground. Phew, that took a lot out of me. I just want to go home and watch the sky and stars. It is a huge drag to fight all of a sudden, and unnoticed as well. Well, my friend, I guess we can talk about that later. I too want to rest, said Inoichi, as all of them laughed at Shikaku and Inoichi. Well, Minato, Fugaku said, coming near his friend. I guess you took care of him. What about the masked man? He escaped. Once he released the Ninetail, he escaped. It is quite troubling indeed. What if he comes back? Hiruzen asked. We have to be prepared. As then, Ananbu arrived. Okage-sama, clan head-sama, you have been called at the council chambers. The civilian council members and elders are waiting for you there. Oh boy, let's see what they are up to now. As all of them arrived there, via Sunshin. This meeting is in commence, said Minato Namikaze. Okage-sama, why was the Kyuubi here? We thought that it was sealed inside of Kushina-sama safely. Yes, it was, but a masked man arrived. He claimed to be... He looked at Fugaku, who nodded. Madara Uchiha, as everyone gasped. It cannot be possible. Madara Uchiha is dead, and he was the only Uchiha who could control the Nine Tails with his Sharingan. As both the elders, alongside with Danzo, gasped at this because they knew of the battle that took place between their sensei Hashirama Senju and Madara Uchiha, who controlled the Nine Tails at the time with his Sharingan. And he was controlling the Nine Tails. I can safely say I admit, Fugaku said, because I too saw the Mangekyo Sharingan in its eyes. So, the Uchihas are responsible for this, said a fat civilian as Fugaku tensed a bit. No, Uchihas are not. It was a rogue Uchiha from what we can tell, claiming to be Madara. but his Sharingan is strong. If he can control the nine tails. Think about it. He can control the rest of the Bijus. If he gets a hold on any of the Bijus, what will happen? He can strike and come here to level Konoha again, as he tried to. So what are we going to do? Better yet, what happened to the QB, asked Danzo, as all of them turns towards him and then towards the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze himself, as Minato tensed a bit. Well, I sealed the soul and a little bit of chakra inside Kushi-chan back again so she could survive, because she is an Uzumaki and can deal with modification of the seal if she wants to. The seal is powered by Kami itself though, not that it needs any kind of modifications, and the rest of the chakra is distributed between yin and yang and sealed inside both of my older children, Menma Uzumaki Namikaze and Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I see, but you said children. Are there more? Asked Danzo. Yes. I have another son, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. He was born weak a little bit, had a little bit of chakra, lower than Naruto and Menma, because even you civilians have a little bit of chakra at the time of birth. We can sense it. And believe me when I say this, Menma and Naruto were stronger, so they were our best option at sealing this. I see. So, I have a proposition, Hokage-sama. Why don't you hand one of your child towards me so that I can train him? Danzo, you are not going to do that. We all know what you are planning, and I will be damned if I let any one of Minato's children go through that. Hi, son, Hiruzen. But it is for the best of the village. The village need a strong weapon. My child are not weapon, Danzo, said another voice as a woman with red hair arrived inside the council chambers. Kushi-chan, you should be resting. Don't worry, Minakun. I am already healed enough, and I left a clone with the babies. As Kushina walked towards the clan head's chairs and sat on the Uzumaki Namikaze chair. So, as I said, I will not hand over any of my children, for an Uzumaki family comes first, even before friends and village. Are you saying, Uzumaki-san, that you will betray this village for your family? Even if it comes to that, I will. As everyone gasped. Then the two of the elders and the council of the Shinobi clan said, Now, there is no need to get tense, Kushi-chan. We all know that you love family, and all the village is considered to be your family as well. That is correct, but what is Danzo trying to imply? That I could turn a possible traitor? You have another thing coming for you, Danzo. If you ever so much lay an eye on my children the wrong way, I will rip your eyes out and shove it deep in your ass where the sun doesn't shine, said Kushina, as all of them felt shiver down their spine, because they knew it was a bad move to enrage the red hot-blooded habanero in any wrong way. And Kiri was the best example of it, because Kushina took down the severed ninja swordsman, previous generation, all by herself in her teens, and became a legend as the Red Death in their eyes. So the QB is safe, and we believe that Kami if herself is powering the shield desk so that we have nothing to worry about. And as for the Uchihas, the civilian turned towards Fukaku. We are not so sure about them. Why not? They are a honorable clan from the very beginning, very loyal to us and forever will be, because we stand with them and they with us, in any ups and downs, Minato said, as Fukaku had a smile on his face as he nodded with thankfulness towards his friend, as Minato said nothing with a smile in return. He is our comrade and friend, and I will be damned if I let a huge powerful clan who has been here since the founding of this village, alongside my friend, to be discriminated because of one of its men, or clansmen for that, who was banished for whatever reason, I don't know. We are going to look into it and see who was banished, and who could it be, possibly, who claimed to be Madara Uchiha and attacked our village. And anything else? Hi, we need a huge funding from Daimyo-sama so that we can repair the village. The village is not that much damaged, so I will be taking charge of the accountancy, because I will be looking into accounts properly and see how much money is required at the next day and then call for Diamond Summer for the fundings so that our village can rebuild. Other than that, you are dismissed. Now leave. As all of them left, only Minato and his wife was there. And suddenly, a man came through window. Chirasa-sensei, you could have used the door. Not my style. You know me, Gaki. So, why are you here, Chirasa-sensei? Well, I was having a fun time in a Danabaka town. I know what you're trying to say, Jiraiya. You were peeping on women, weren't you? You got me, Kushi-chan. Well, he got serious as both of them tensed. I was summoned back to the Mount Miyaboku, and I met with the elder Toad there, and he had a prophecy that one of your child will be the savior of this world, saving the world from a huge catastrophe while being a prodigy. I see. So, what are you implying? I guess one of your child is a prodigy and is going to be a prodigy and will be the savior of this world. How so? Well, the prophecy goes like this: a child born from Yellow Flash and Red Death will bring peace and prosperity to this world. He will have a huge power by its side, power that humans have in them but don't use so much and often. He will bring down the biggest calamities at his feet, and peace shall prevail, and he will be known as a hero once again. This is the prophecy that was given to me by the Toad Elder Sage. And do you believe whom of my child is the prophecy child that you're mentioning? Kushin asked. Well, I think it's either both who have the nine tails sealed inside of them from the power that humans have. Humans such as Kushi-chan, Jinchurikis. That's what I think. So what do you imply? We have to train them from the get-go. What about Naruto then? Minato asked. We have to train him sadly when the time comes for him to be trained properly like any other clan at the age of 8. Nuh-uh, not having it, Kushina said, as both of them looked towards her. What do you mean, Kushi-chan? Well, for an Uzumaki, a family comes first, and I'll be damned to leave him behind. If the other two are getting trained, so will he. You know, Kushi-chan, I was going to say the same. Well, Jiraiya-sensei, you have our answer. As Jiraiya sighed, well, Gaki, I know there is no point in getting to come to an agreement with me, but you have my word that if you ever need any kind of help in training the Gakis, I'll be there. Well, we will be needing your help in the coming years, but other than that, we will train them ourselves. Thank you, Jiraiya-sensei. You don't have to mention it, Gaki. Well, I'll be off to do some, private research. You better be. As, with a sweat drop, Jiraiya left to where he came. Time skip. It has been 3 years since that fateful day, and the village recovered after 1 month of construction, and the corruption was found in the village, mainly on the civilian side, and they were replaced thoroughly, and were replaced by good-hearted peoples at that. And the Uchihas were not sent to the corner of the village, but they were regarded as heroes as well, because they found out that 3 Uchihas were missing from the clan who were banished at the time. They were looking for them and hunted them down, but found out through Inoichi Yamanaka that the 3 of them weren't involved at the time. That became quite a terrible news for the villagers, as Fugaku was now under pressure because either one of his clansmen was the one involved in this, or some other who took the Uchiha Sharingan and was interpreting as an Madara Uchiha to throw dirt on Uchiha name. And the second option was chosen, as everyone knew that Fugaku was their friend and knew him from childhood, and he wouldn't do that at any cost. Other than that, the 3 of the children grew up. Naruto was a little bit feminine, but he was quite strong once he unlocked his chakra at the age of 3, surprising both of the parents because he was a prodigy on his own. He read a book about chakra at the age of 3 and was able to unlock it without any help, which the Anbus who were watching the trio were quite surprised at the child's sudden development. And not to mention, his chakra reserves were huge as a Jinchuriki, but while not being a Jinchuriki. On the other side, he helped his elder siblings, both Menma and Naruto, to unlock their chakras as well after 1 month of training with him. And to better control his chakra, he started to doing training as tree climbing exercise and water walking. It was difficult for both Menma and Naruto, but they did as following Naruto's lead, and they were quite close at the time as well. And hence came the age of 4 when their parents began their training. Naruto was already good at taijutsu spar alongside with both of his siblings who were only a little bit behind him. Naruto was now interested in other kind of fields. He asked his father at one of the training ground, "Hey dad, yes Naruto, I wanted to ask you one thing. I know there are quite fields in being a ninja, so can you explain to me what are the fields in other villages? I'm quite interested in that." Hmm, let's see. One of our allies in Sunagakure are proficient in wind styles jutsus as well as using puppetry as battle puppets in fighting. Battle puppets. And in Kirigakure there are water jutsu based types and swordmanship. Same with Kumo, they have swordmanship and Raithon jutsus. And yeah, in Konoha we have fire and other jutsus as well. I see. Hey dad, can you get me a book on puppetry? I'm quite interested in this. Huh? Why thought Naruto? Asked Kushina, who came into view after taking a huge bowl for everyone to eat. Inside it was ramen. Well, I don't know. I'm quite interested in this. It's quite difficult to do that, Sochi, and I don't think you're cut out for that because no one in Konoha is a puppet master. Oh well, can you get me a book either way? I just want to learn. Okay, fine, Minato said as he sighed. And after 2 days, Naruto got his first book, Puppetry for Dummies. Hey dad, why did you bring this book? Well, I know the title is quite obnoxious, but it is a good book to start off if you want to become a puppeteer. Huh, how do you know that I want to become a puppeteer, dad? Well, you were choosing this profession, so I thought maybe. I don't know, I'm interested, that's all. We'll see. But don't get lax, young man, because we will be training you alongside your siblings as well. Yeah, Naru, we will be training hard, said Menma. Don't worry, Nii-san, we will be training at all. After all, because I'll be the one who is going to beat you down to ground. Oh yeah, you wanna go squirt? Said Menma, as Naruto ran away, showing him a tongue as Menma followed, as both Kushina and Minato watched this, while Naruto, with a sigh shaking her head, muttering boys and their antics, followed them while walking, as Minato and Kushina chuckled. Well, I'm happy, Kushina, that by following your advice at the time, we have such happy family. I don't want to know what would had happened if we didn't and followed Jiraiya Sensei's advice. Yeah, as both of them shuddered at the thought of Naruto hating them and his siblings, and their both elder children being rotten to the core and pampered like princes and princesses. They wanted their children to be humble, and that's what they are now. Happy family. Time skip. After 2 months of reading, Naruto demanded another book, an advanced level book on puppetry and how to do it and how to create your own puppet. Minato, being a prodigy, already bought 8 books to the level of the puppet mastery. He bought them all. It was only theory, so he knew that Naruto will get bored and try to train in ninjutsu more, because he knew that Naruto was a prodigy in his own right, while his other children worked hard to improve. He didn't look down on his elder siblings, he helped them. That's what earned a huge spot in both of his parents' heart, alongside with other Anbu members who were there watching. He already has will of fire in them, as they quote-unquote said about Naruto. As Naruto completed his puppetry books after 1 year of studying, he was now in the attic that he got permission from his dad to study puppetry in. He had got craving tools after saving up a lot of money for making puppets, and he started on his first project. I see, I have an idea. How about a puppet battle armor? The one can wear in battles. He was already studying Fuinjutsu skills at the time as well, after finishing his puppetry knowledge on puppets. He created a battle armor of his size and then implanted seals on them, chakra replenishing seals, as well as protection seals and denser seals to protect armor from cracking or breaking. It was a wooden armor. After finishing it, he sealed it inside a scroll and got out because his dad called for a sparring match again. Hey dad, mom, I got a thing to show you. What is it, Naru-kun? Yeah, what is it, Naru? Show us, said his siblings. Well, he laid down a scroll and bit his thumb and put a little bit of blood on the scroll, and a puff of smoke and armor appeared as Naruto got into it. As both of his parents and siblings were quite surprised. Wait, Naruto, is that a puppet? Kind of similar to that, Dad. I got an idea after studying puppetry. What is that, Naruto? With the help of Winjutsu, we can make an armor for ourselves that can defend us in battles. For example, Dad, can you make a Rasengan and smack me right in the belly? Naruto, are you crazy? Yeah, Naruto, I'm not going to do that to my own son. Oh, come on, Dad. Come on, it's not going to hurt. The seals should work. Should? Are you crazy, Naruto? Stop with this. Money. If you can do that, I'll make one for you too. You promise, Naru? Yup, I promise. As Menma made a low-powered Rasengan and smacked it in Naruto's belly of the arbor. And to his surprise, nothing happened. That Rasengan was powerful enough to destroy a whole tree. See? I made seals on it. As Kushina walked towards both Menma and Naruto, her hair flying in the air and eyes white in circles with black shadows on her face, as he bonked both of them on the head, as Naruto took out the helmet of the armor. Itai, why did you do that, Kasan? Both said in unison. You both idiots, you know that? You could have gotten hurt. Or one of you at least would have gotten hurt, she said, looking towards Naruto. Well, as you can see, this armor is quite proficient. What do you think, Dad? How about this? If you can't hit me, Naruto took out an armor and put it on an armor stand. How about now, Dad? Try your worst. As Minato powered a full power, Rasengan smacked in armor's center chest piece. To his surprise, his attack was repelled. A little gash appeared on the armor, but it healed with a glow of a seal. As Minato and Kushina were surprised, Minato-kun, did you use full power Rasengan on that armor? Hi, Kushi-chan. And it looks like it worked. Yatta! My invention worked, after all. As both of the parents were looking at Naruto in surprise as his siblings and he were cheering, and Naruto and Menma were asking could he make them one as well. As Minato, after getting out of his stupidity, walked towards Naruto, bent down on one knee, as he put both of his hands on Naruto's shoulder. Naruto, he said with a serious face, am I in trouble, Dad? No, Naruto. As he hugged his son, I'm proud of you. You just made an armor that can prevent people from dying in battle. I will take this up to the council, and you will have to tell them how did you make it. Nuh-uh, not happening. Why, Naruto? Well, I made this for my family, but I can share it with others, but I'm not going to reveal my secret. A good ninja never reveals his secret, Dad, remember? Why, I remember, obviously. Besides, I can make a fortune out of this. As Kushina's eyes beamed, think about the ramens we can get. Oh boy, I guess there is no backing down now. Well, it is your wish, Naruto, and your invention. So how about this? At tomorrow noon, we will go in the council chambers and present your armor. And you can start your own company, Uzumaki Co. and Armors. Yep, that should be good. Yes, tomorrow morning at afternoon, when it hit 12, both Naruto and Minato, with a sealing scroll inside which contained the armor, went inside the council chambers, as Hokage called for a meeting. As all of them entered, and Naruto was standing there, Hokage-sama. Not that I mean to be rude, but why is young Naruto here? Hiashi asked. Well, Hiashi, it will be answered in due time. As everyone entered, this meeting is yet commenced. Well, Naruto, why don't you show them? As Naruto bit his blood in the center of the council chamber and put it on the scroll, as inside of it a wooden armor appeared. What is this, Minato? Is this some kind of puppet that Naruto created? Not that, it's an armor. What? An armor? Huh, a wooden armor. So, what's so special about this? I used a full power Rasengan on it, and it didn't do anything, just to scratch it, and that scratch was healed. I hit it here. Why don't you demonstrate them, Dad? As Naruto put on the armor, As everyone was quite shocked at this, as Minato charged her full power Rasengan and smacked it in Naruto's chest, much to everyone's surprise, as Hiruzen then yelled, "No, Minato, are you crazy? And you could have hurt him! Anbu, get medics!" As Anbu arrived, down. As Minato said, "Hold on," as when the smoke cleared, they saw that Naruto was standing there, like nothing happened, as there was a gash on an armor that glowed and disappeared, as all of them eyes widened. As you can see, it can repel any kind of jutsus. Well, Kushina even used her chakra chains on the armor, and to her surprise, her chakra was drained from her chains and supplied to the armor, and that chakra was supplied to Naruto. Interesting. Well, young Naruto, can you explain what this armor does? Well, I put three kinds of seal on it. One is strengthening seals. As you can see, it can take a lot of attacks like a tank. And a conversion seal to convert that attack of chakra into pure chakra and flow it into the system inside armor. And the third seal that can increase chakra for the said person inside by giving the chakra from the attack to the said person. Interesting. You mean it acts as a charger as well as a tank at the same time? Yes, and I put a little bit of seal on it as well, which kind of repairs it if it ever gets damaged from an attack. I see. It is quite an interesting invention there, Naruto. How did you make it? Where did you study and learn this craftsmanship? I studied in a book from Sunagakure that my dad brought me. As everyone's eyes widened. Minato. We have to talk after Naruto is gone. Naruto, you can leave. As then elder said, your son is a prodigy, Minato. And hands down, I can say that if this armor is manufactured at a global level, not only Konoha can earn a lot of profits, but also can defend its ninjas from dying in the battle, as the Anbu commander nodded as well at this, who was now in presence of all of the civilian and shinobi council members. What do you think, Minato? As Danza was silent, contemplating if he ever got hands on his armor and could make some of these armors on his own, but he knew that damn well if it was Minato and Kushina Uzumaki, they wouldn't even let him near or breathe the air that Naruto breathed, and that's what pissed him. And then Minato got him out of his stupidor. Well, Naruto said he doesn't want to sell them outside of the Land of Fire to any other villages because it will not only give them the armor as prototypes, they can convert them into their own because seal masters are there and there are many craftsmanship out there. So better leave it as a S-rank secret of the village, as all of them nodded after understanding a bit. Other than that, Naruto wants to start his own company in making these armors for the village. Smart child. He wants to make profit after selling them to the village. I see. Well, he said that he will sell them at low prices because it takes only 1 hour to make one armor. As almost everyone's jaws dropped. Really? Yeah, he somehow got into my library and learned the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and he can make hundreds of his clones, and you know what? When a craftsman Naruto and 100 clones at that get their hands on a tree, well, there will be a armor. So far, he has created 3 of the armors for Kushi-chan and his siblings. He is working on mine because of my flying Raijin technique, so it will take some time. Young Uzumaki has quite a knowledge. He not only is good at Daijutsu from what we can see, ninjutsu as well, and not only that, he's a Funjutsu master level 5 for an Uzumaki, and a puppeteer in the making, said Hiyashi Yuga. As then he said, Minato, I want to talk to you after this meeting. As then Fugaku narrowed his eyes. Oh no, you don't, Hyuga. He then said, so will I have to talk to you after this meeting as well. As Minato only sighed inversely, oh boy, Kushi-chan is going to kill me, what I'm about to do. Okay, Fugaku, Hiyashi, as after the meeting, the 3 of them were in the office only. Well, what do you want to talk about? Don't play it dumb, Minato. Well, you promised after being drunk that if we had daughters, you will marry him to your son. And from the looks of it, we see Naruto is worthy of our daughters. Eh? Minato said, I have 2 sons, but why both of you want to marry your daughters to Naruto? Well, You see, Naruto is a genius child, and I think he is the only worthy one for Hinata. Hmm. I have respect for Naruto in my heart after what he has achieved at the age of 5. He's even more of a prodigy than my Itachi, so I would like my Satsuki to be wed with your son as well. What about my other son? He'll get whoever he likes. But we want Naruto to be the one who marries both of our girls, as both of them came to an agreement. As your son will act as an alliance between the Hyugas and Uchihas as well. Think about it, Minato. And we will be allied to Namikaze and Uzumaki's, but my son is not a clan head. He's the youngest of them all. We know. That is why we will give him the power and position of the Uchiha as well as the Hyuga clan head. But he will not be the clan head. He is only less in power than the clan head, and second to none. I see. Well, I'll talk to Kushi-chan about this. Don't worry about that. We'll make sure that you come to an agreement," said Fugaku, and Hiyashi smirked and left. As Minato was sweating now, oh boy, Kushi-chan is going to kill me. On the other side, both Mikoto and Hitomi were sitting with Kushina because they were friends as well, due to Minato and their husbands. Well, Kushi-chan, that is quite good, and I'm proud of your son, Naruto. As then Mikoto looked towards Hitomi, who nodded, as Kushina was enjoying her ramen. Yup, even on outings, she enjoyed her ramen. Well, Kushi-chan, we have come with a proposition to you. Huh? What is it? Well, about your son Naruto. We want our daughter to marry with him, as Kushina spreaded her ramen to the side. What? You both want your daughters to be married to my son. What about Menma or Naruto? I see that you like baby Naruto, but he's still a mama's boy and I don't want him to marry so early. We know that, Kushi-chan, but we are sure that our husbands will agree to this, and we really like Naruto-kun because he's cute and he's quite respectable to his elders, and not only that, he's a prodigy in the making, said Mikoto. That is enough to earn the respect of the Uchihas, and my husband will agree to this. As Hitomi then said, Fugaku already likes Naruto, because with his help, Hinata was able to come out of her shyness shell, and believe me when I say this, my daughter is more than ready to marry your son at beck and call, said Hitomi. She didn't want it to tell Kushina or scare her that her daughter was a sociopath that was obsessed with her son and stalked him and took a lot of pictures and made a shrine out of him. Well, that was scary. Even for the Yugas who were possessive, scary, downright scary. And she was a prodigy also, with the help of Naruto, getting her out of her shyness shell in the making. Well, I'll talk to Minato-kun about this, and be prepared if he doesn't like this idea. We know he will agree. Time skip. In the evening, as the kids were playing in the backyard, as Minato and Kushina were sitting there silently, Minato-kun, Kushi-chan, both of them said in unison, "No, you go first." As Kushi-chan sighed and said, Minato, well, I was having a girls' day out with Hitomi and Mikoto. They wanted to marry their daughters to Naruto. Well, what do you know? Fugaku and Hiyashi also said the same thing to me. So what do you think? I don't know, Minato. He's too young, and what if he doesn't like them? Oh boy, I don't think he doesn't like them. It's the quite opposite. He likes them, but as friends. Oh boy, we didn't give him the talk, did we? Nope. He's quite innocent, and we even stopped Jiraiya from influencing him, but we couldn't save Menma or Naruto because some of their part is a bit of perverted, I know about that. Well, what do you think? Let's seal the deal. Not only we will be earning alliances, but 2 good girls for our Naruto-kun over here. He'll be quite happy in the future. Yep, you're right. Our son does deserve the best. As at the night, Minato and Kushina talked to Naruto and his siblings, so that's pretty much it. We are going to seal the deal by doing this. Not only we will be getting an alliance with the Hyuga and Uchiha clan, but you will be getting 2 wives. We will take care of you. Eh? I see. So are they like my best friends who will live with me forever? Yeah, you can think that. Awesome! So you agree with this, Naruto? Yep. Who doesn't want best friends for all their lives? And not to mention it's Satsuki-chan and Hinata-chan. Both of them are good friends of mine already. But Hinata-chan is quite weird. She always passes out when I'm near her and she is drooling quite a bit. I think she has some kind of condition. I should also learn medical ninjutsu and try to cure it. Eh? As suddenly alarm rang off inside Kushina and Minato's head. But they shook their heads, thinking that it was Naruto's only imagination, and girl being shy still in front of Naruto. What about Sasuke-chan? What does she do? Well, her cheeks heat up and when I'm around, and then she punches me. Well, that's good. So, do you agree to this, Naruto? I agree because they're my best friends and I like them both. As the next morning, they met with the said families and agreed the deal. As the now Satsuki-chan and Hinata-chan and Naruto-kun were all alone in the backyard of Yuga compound. Well, I guess we're married now, said Naruto. Said Sasuke. Hi Naruto-kun, we are. So, what do you guys want to do? I don't know. It's kind of new to me. Well, dummy, it's new to us too, said Sasuke. Sasuke-chan, don't be rude to Naruto-kun, said Hinata as her Byakugan activated. Oh yeah? What do you wanna go? Pale eyes? Said Sasuke as her Sharingan activated. As both Fugaku and Hiyashi jaws dropped. Oh my god. Him just being near them, they just activated their dojutsu that were trying to activate for years? Damn it! If that's how it's going to be, we should have married them when they were babies, said both of them. You wanna go? Yes, I would like to have a spar with you, Sasuke-chan. As both of them began to spar, and soonly but surely, the garden turned into a battleground. As everyone who was watching has their jaw dropped. Are they fighting kids or are they battling jonins? We don't know. As Minato, after watching this, was also surprised, and Kushina and the mothers were also proud. Well, I guess Naruto-kun has chosen the right wives, Kushina said. Good luck, my girl, said both Hitomi and Mikoto. On the other side, Naruto's jaws were dropping. Wow, you two are quite powerful. Stay out of this, Naruto-kun, both of them said in unison. Okay. Time skip. It was the day of the graduation, as Naruto already had made his first two puppets and a lot of battle armors puppets for made out of wood for all of them, even for the Hiruzen Sarutobi, third Hokage. Naruto had taken to his team. Because of his fiancées, he was placed in the team with them, his sensei being Kakashi Hatake, who was his brother as well, while his siblings were on another team. Much to their dismay, they were crying anime tears after hugging Naruto. We can't believe it, we are not with Naru, said Naruto. Oh boy, we're going to have a talk with Dad once we get back, said Menma, as both of their eyes became circles and their hair started to flow in the air. As they had a monstrous look on their face, they were looking like miniature version of Kushina because both of them had red hair. Dad is going to answer a lot, as in the Hokage monument near the Hokage office, Minato felt a shiver down his spine. I sense a disturbance in the power of nature. A lot of disturbance, and it's going to harm me soon. As the Naruto said, come on, Nii-chan. You don't have to be like that. We're obviously going to see each other at the home. Well, you better stay safe, Naruto. Yes, and you, emo girl and psychopath, you better look after my Nii-chan. You better look after my Naru. Got it? Hi. We will, sister-in-law. You don't have to worry about that. He's our fiancé after all. And we are the one who are going to marry him, both Sasuke and Hinata said, after emphasizing their words, fiancé and are. As Naruto just and said, lucky bastards, and went on her way. And they met their sensei, and the team placement test got as in canon, but no one got tied to the post as both of them listened to Naruto this time. And They were doing D-rank missions as well. Even catching Tora was easy for them now because Naruto had modified their armors and installed a little bit of thrusters in them so that they can float in air for a little bit of time. So get to get airtime or to evade any dangerous situation. The armors were getting more and more detailed and powerful. He also was creating a huge puppet, which was his mega project, that could even rival a Biju. He didn't know. He didn't want anyone to know, not even his parents. It was a surprise, as he was constantly working every day on it. As the time came for them to go outside the village, well, Team 7, I want you to go and take a bridge builder named Tazana-san over here to the Land of Waves. It's a simple escort mission, and after the bridge is done, you can come back. And hence their mission began. And after a little bit of traveling, they came into encounter with the Demon Brothers, which Satsuki and Hinata took down easily after they said that they were going to rape Naruto, obviously because he was looking feminine a lot in their eyes. And they continued on after a huge brutal beating, which even sent Kakashi to go shivering in a corner, and Naruto as well. Oh boy, I hope I made the right choice, Naruto said. Well, Naruto, best of luck, and may Kami bless your poor soul, said Kakashi. But you still are quite a decent student, if I could gain one, and show you the ways of the Icha. And suddenly felt a shiver down his spine. Oh no, I guess not. Because Kushina and both of Naruto's siblings as well as Minato felt a disturbance in the force, that someone was trying to corrupt their Naruto. So yep, they were going to be going ham on the person who was going to corrupt him. Either way, they made their way towards the Land of Waves, where they encountered Zabuza and his compliance. Yes, Haku is going to attack. I see 3 girls and... oh, look at this. Hot Sharingan no Kakashi. The copy ninja, if I might add. Demon of the Mist, Zabuza Mochi. Wait, you're the guy who got his ass beaten by my mother? Tell me, kid, is your mother Kushina Uzumaki? Yep. She always laughs and tells the story about how she, quote-unquote, pummeled you guys to the ground like a bitch. As all of them laughed, as Zabuza gained a tick mark on his face. Oh boy, I'm going to take care of the brat first, Kakashi, he said as he moved towards the brat, but much to his surprise, Kakashi didn't move, which got him quite suspicious. As he tried to strike down on Naruto, his sword cracked. What? What is going on? Well, I put invisible seal on my armor. Hey, here, let me take it off. As Naruto took the seal off, and so did Satsuki and Hinata and Kakashi. And Taozan as well, who was wearing the armor as well. Hehehe. You see? I have an armor. And now time to teach you a lesson. Naruto formed a sphere in his hand as Zabuza's eyes were. Rasengan! He said as he smacked the ball of chakra into his guts, sending Zabuza rotating towards the trees on the far. As Haku made ice mirrors and tried to attack Satsuki and Hinata inside the ice dome, as both of them yawned. You can try all you want and disperse your chakra, but we're not going to get hurt, both of them said, as then they sat down and played cards there, while Haku was doing her best to distract or damage both of them. Damn it, it's not going to work out. They're wearing these kinds of suits that protect them. Aha! Now you know that we can attack you finally, that you're slowing down, said Satsuki as she made hand seal. Katon, go Kyaku no Jutsu. A huge fireball came out of her mouth and struck the ice chamber that started to melt. As then Hinata then said, Satsuki, get out of the way. As she did so, and then she said, 8 trigrams, 64 palms. As she struck 64 palms at one angle, and the armor broke as both of them got out. As then Naruto out of nowhere jumped on the armor and yelled, Odama Rasengan! As he smacked the huge Rasengan ball onto the armor, shattering it into millions of pieces and causing a huge crater on the ground. Haku's mask was broken as both Zabuza and he was now unconscious. After getting tired, and it was time for their interrogation. Now, Zabuza, tell me who sent you over my dead body. Oh, you're not going to like this. I already know what I like, he said towards Naruto and licked his lips, which caused the other girls to shiver. Even Haku. I don't know if I should be with Zabuza-sama anymore. He's kind of creepy and looks at me the same way now that I'm developing a little bit. Ugh, you pervert, said Satsuki. He's a boy. Oh, better. Hehehe. Which caused disgust looking to be appeared on Kakashi, Haku, and even Hinata's face as Hinata eyes darken. You want to rape my Naruto-kun? Yeah, didn't you hear me, girl? Oh boy, Demon Hinata is here. Get back, said Sasuke. Eh? What? Naruto, you don't need to see this. As she chopped Naruto's neck and he was now on his lower guard and he fell unconscious. What? As Naruto fell unconscious, as Kakashi grabbing Naruto's limp body and Haku got away from him. Wait, what is she going to do to Zabuza? Huh? What? Did he lost his respect to you? Yes, to be honest, he was quite nice, but now he's a prick. He even tried to, watch me when I was bathing. Are you a girl? Yes. Well, you should see what Demon Hinata is. As Hinata hammed on Zabuza, leaving nothing but a mangled corpse. And that should teach you a lesson, Zabuza, Momochi. And after taking his sword, she karate chopped it and break it into millions of pieces with her palm strike. And then, to much of their surprise, Satsuki got near Hinata and said, well, let me take care of this corpse, and fired up fireball jutsu at it. And then another, and then another, and then another again, and then another again, and another one again, until there was nothing left of it. Nothing, not even the ashes. That will teach you, jerk. No one is going to rape Naruto-kun unless we are the first to take his virginity. Hey, that's giving me a question. Who is going to take his virginity? I do the dibs. I will be the first, Hinata said. How about a toss? Who won will be the first one to get dibs on him. Fine. As the toss came to as they decided on head and tails and tossed it in the air. Hinata chose heads and Sasuke chose tail. As it landed on heads. Yes! Damn it! Well, you get the first dibs. Fine. He will be the one to take my virginity, at least. Even if it's second. Hehehe. Don't worry, Sasuke-chan. Maybe we should do a threesome. As Sasuke had a blush. Yup, that will be awesome, she said as both of them licked their lips. As on the other side, Aku and Kashi talked to each other. Are they? Yes, don't ask why, how, but they are. Both of them are now. And believe me when I say this, you should stay away from Naruto as much as you can, even if he's a pretty boy. Both of them are going to kill you. They just took down an S-rank shinobi. At the least, like he was nothing. As you can see. Hi, I will keep that in mind, as alongside with the help of Haku and Hinata and Satsuki, they arrived at Tazuna's house, where Naruto was laying unconscious, as Hinata was taking pictures while drooling, and so was Satsuki, but she didn't want to show it because she was an Uchiha, and Uchiha don't show this kind of behavior. Due to staying with Hinata, she was also turned into a big pervert, and not only that, she was a sociopath somewhat as well. Being the Uchiha, Naruto was an Uchiha's bride, mainly her bride, and Hinata was like, I'm Naruto's bride and no one's going to take him away from me. Yup, it was quite terrifying, but young Naruto didn't know because he was obnoxious at the time as well. In the mindscape, Naruto was making a lot of plans for this puppet. Aha, I should add this and this and this as well. And time came when the Garo attack happened, and Garo made the same mistake as Zabuza, and well, let's just leave it at that. There was nothing left of him, not even his goons, as all of them were erased from the face of the planet Earth by none other than Hinata Hyuga and Satsuki Uchiha, much to the terror of Kakashi Hatake and Hakuyuki, who were watching this alongside with the bridge builders, as Naruto was trying to defend the populace of the bridge builders from any other goons who were inside the village, and gathered them towards there where the rest of the team was. Huh? You guys took care of it? Where's Garo? And the bridge looks it is about to be completed. Didn't he arrive? I guess he's running late, Naruto, and you don't have to worry about that. As all of them swear dropped at this. You don't have to worry about it, Tazuna said, who was there witnessing everything. Everything is taken care of. Everyone got the hint that everything was taken care of, and mainly Gato as well. After everything was done, they left. First one to ever cross the bridge, and then Inari asked, "Hey dad, granddad, we didn't name the bridge. How about Two Furies Bridge?" "Yep, that is a nice name, but why did you choose that?" "Well, let's just say there are two feisty girls who are a form of fury on their own, and they will take down anyone who look at their beloved." "Huh, nice bridge name." As the Team 7 made their way back towards the village hidden in the leaves and got near the Hokage Tower and explained to the Hokage about the whole situation. Not the whole situation, like whole situation, leaving out Hinata and Sasuke's sociopathic antics, much to the dismay of Kakashi because he didn't want to get castrated by the said girls. After their parents-in-law finds out that they were both sociopaths, it was a good chance that they might break their marriage because they didn't want their son to marry to the sociopaths they are. Other than that, they were informed that there will be tuning exams 3 months and they will be training hard, and that's what they did. Naruto meanwhile created some side projects puppets as well that he could use in the tuning exams, and he was training with them as well. So far his puppets could be used as ninjutsu, throwing, and weapon wielding as well. Naruto himself didn't use any kenjutsu, so he used his puppets as a kenjutsu master battlers to fight in close and long range battles. As the time went on, and so came the time for the tuning exams, and let's just say both Sasuke and Hinata were not surprised, as Naruto was looked at by like he was some piece of meat, much to Naruto's dismay. He asked even one of his girls, "Hey Sasuke-chan, why are they looking like me as if I'd done something wrong to them?" "You don't have to worry about Naru-kun. You just focus on the tuning exams. We'll take care of it." "Hi, I guess so." As Hinata was glaring at all of them with a sweet smile on her face. A sweet, sweet, sickening smile. As they got near the first part of the tuning exam, Naruto was almost tackled to the ground by none other than Sakura Haruno and Inoyamanaka, as both of them backed away after seeing two shadows behind Naruto. One a dragon with red eyes, another a tiger with white eyes. As both of them saw, it was none other than Hinata and Satsuki. As both of them said, "Hi, Satsuki-chan and Hinata-chan, how are you both doing?" "Yes, we're doing good, Ino-chan, Sakura-chan, but can you stay away from our fiancé?" said Satsuki. It should be good for your health to stay away from him." "Oh, come on, girls, they were just saying hello. I'll get to you later after the tuning exams, ne? How about I'll treat you all to a nice bowl of ramen." As all of them sighed, "Naruto-kun, you and your ramen. I guess it's fine. I was going to make it as well." As all of them parted up, "Naruto's cooking? Oh well, I'm coming as well." And Choji, who heard it, was near Naruto. "Hey Naruto, can I come as well?" While his mouth was watering and leaking a lot of lube from his mouth. "Yep, you can come, Choji. Anytime, buddy." "What a track," said Shikamaru. "I'm coming as well, you damn blonde." "Always welcome, Shika. Always welcome." As they decided to get a get-together after the tuning exams, and they passed the first part. In the second part, they encountered the snake, but luckily due to the fourth Hokage being there alongside the third Hokage and none other than Itachi Uchiha being there, he was taken down easily and captured as well, revealing his plans that he was going to use the Suna Jinchuriki as well as Sunagakure for betraying Konoha and destroying it. After finding this out, Suna was taken out of the game after explaining that how he took over as Kazekage and he was going to use them. And let's be honest, they didn't take it quite honestly and even apologized to Konoha in advance and tried to seal the deal through a political marriage. And guess what happened? Tamari also came into the picture and she decided to marry a blonde. And not just any blonde, a blonde from none other than the Uzumaki and Namikaze family. Much to his dismay, now both Satsuki and Hinata had to share their Naruto-kun with another girl from outer village. And after chatting with Tamari some bit, they came to an agreement that she was a good girl and with good heart, and they even agreed to share Naruto with him and introduce her to their sociopath antics. And much to their dismay, Tamari was a bigger sociopath than them. That even scared both of the sociopath princes. That how much of a yandere and sundere, and not only that, uh, a closet pervert she was. She already had a full room filled with Naruto's picture, nothing else. And so hence began the competition between them. On the other side of elemental nations, in faraway village known as Amekakure, deep underground, there was a meeting in comments. So, I guess it is time for us to make our move. Yes, it is. So, when are we going to make it? In 1 years of time. We will attack all of the Jinchurikis at once and take them down. And after capturing them, we will revive the Ten Tails, and hence the Moon Eye plan will complete. But unknown to them, there was one person who was hearing this all, a toad. A toad who had followed sorcery all the way back to the Akatsuki base. And once he vanished in a puff of smoke, he arrived at the Mount Miyaboku, where Jiraiya was informed of their base alongside with the members' names and what their motive was. Once the news reached Jiraiya's ears, he went back to Konoha and informed every one of them there what was going to happen. Naruto, not taking lightly of this, started to make his project work faster, much faster than ever. And he even led Kankuro on one of his projects and helped him develop a same type of puppet but less powerful to deal with the Akatsuki at the time when they come for Gaara. Meanwhile, Gaara was nominated as the next Kazekage because he was under control after the Chunin exams, much with the help of Kushina Uzumaki herself, controlling Shikaku. And Kushina, meanwhile, had come to peace with Kurama as well, as Kurama left a little bit of his soul seep inside of the seal of Kushina's children so that he could contact them and see if they are worthy of wielding his power and help them wield it. And time went by and a year came to an end, and Akatsuki was now commencing their plan of attacking each and every one of the Jinchuriki at the same time. As they commenced their mission, they were surprised at the entrance of the gates, as almost all of the villagers were informed of their plans with the help of Jiraiya and were convinced, and Naruto even helped them with dealing with their past problems somewhat, and telling them that if they didn't leave past behind, there was no way that they could let go of their hatred and move on to a better place. And even Iwagakure, he was dealing with Tsuchikage with a stubborn old bat, but after seeing Naruto, he was remembering his own grandson Kenoichi, who died at the battle between Konoha and Iwa. He was angry, but after seeing a flash image of Kenoichi inside Naruto, he had to reluctantly agree. And much to his surprise, Naruto acted a lot like Kenoichi, even more. Even Kenoichi's father was surprised at how much he acted like him. It was as if Kenoichi was reborn inside Naruto, Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze, the son of their worst enemy. But much to the surprise of everyone, Kuretsuchi took a liking of Naruto, and, well, you know what happened. She also joined the band. She was already crazy in her own right, but after meeting the other crazies, well, they were happy, and they said, oh well, more the merrier. And now they came to an agreement, no more for them, and Naruto will be happy with 4 wives only, and they will be the only 4 making that happen. And Kuretsuchi was surprised at how sociopath they were, but they were surprised that Kuretsuchi was at the same level as them. Naruto was still kind of dumb in all of this because he was still thinking that they were just best friends living together, but as he grew up, he started to realize that marriage is not only that, and he started to develop feelings for all of them. Somewhat, he would spend time with them and train with them at his own pace, and even help them in developing new jutsus and dealing with their daily problems. Their love deepened, their bond deepened, and so did the bonds of the villages, letting go of their hatred that joined together, and hence they were now at peace with each other. But there was a threat still lingering, which was Akatsuki. After explaining to them that the Akatsuki was planning on capturing all the Bijus and reviving them to make the Moon Eye plan, which will cast a genjutsu all over the world, every one of the Kages was in a Kage meeting, and they came to a conclusion that they should train each and every one of their shinobis for the battle, and when the time comes, they will have to take down this threat. and hence the Katsuki attack began. Pain, alongside with his Tendobots and Conan, arrived at Konoha. Kakazu and Hidan so arrived at Waterfall Village. I kind of forgot its Japanese name, so yeah, don't come after me in the comment section. Anyways, the rest of the Katsuki, as in canon, went to their respective bijus, and you'll be surprised what they found there, as it was like this: surprise, motherfucker, and all of them were thrown into a S-class battle, as each and every one of S-class Jonin, even A-rank Junin, were there ready for them and battled them to their bone. And almost every one of the Katsuki members were captured, leaving Pain, who had the Rinnegan, and Conan. As Naruto arrived there, as he was standing in his battle armor, while his siblings arrived there on Gamabunta's head, while Naruto arrived on Katsuyu-sama's head, as everyone was waiting for them to begin their battle. Before Pain could say, "This world shall know pain," and destroy the village, Minato threw a kunai, which he dodged, and said, "You missed." But he smirked. He saw that Minato smirked as Conan's eyes went. "Nagato, it's a..." Before she could finish, Minato arrived behind him with a Rasengan in his hand and smacked Rasengan in his back, sending the Tendobot of Pain to the ground. And then he flashed away, arriving where his family was standing, as Conan landed, as a huge battle commenced. As Jiraden said, "Conan, what are you doing? Yahiko, stop this." "It is not Yahiko, sensei. Yahiko died." "What?" Then, yes, Yahiko's body became a path for Pain. Or you might call him Nagato. Nagato, stop this mess and madness. The path you're walking is not of a peace, but of destruction. No, sensei. This world shall know pain, and after the world has felt pain, will come the peace. Because everyone needs to feel and know pain, for the peace to prevail. You're a psychopath. This is not the true way for peace. You are going to cause harm and pain to a lot of civilians and innocent people out there. We were innocent once, sensei. This world's harmed us, and so will we. What's the difference? You're already corrupted too much. I'm sorry, Nagato, but I have to take you down if you're not going to stop. So be it, sensei. So be it. While in the meantime, Nagato summoned all of its pain spot and a lot of the summoning animals as it charged towards Konoha populace. Oh boy, this is not going to go well. Kachan, Tosan, Erosanin, Tsunade-ba-chan, go and protect the civilians. Menma-ni-chan, Naruko-ne-chan, go and protect and find Conan. Protect the others while I'll deal with pain. How? I guess it's time to show them my mega project, Naruto said as he unlocked his kunai holster and shoved out a scroll and then threw it to the ground. As the scroll expanded into a U-scroll that Jiraiya carried back on his back. And then he bit his thumb and put his hand on the center of the scroll as the scroll glowed. And after a huge puff of smoke, there was a large amount of smoke there. As the smoke cleared, a roar was heard. As the smoke died down, everyone's eyes widened as all of the battle stopped and saw what was in front of them. Is that the... Yes, it is. Meet Grimlock 2.0. Made out of metal. My first metal puppet. And guess what? As Grimlock growled, a huge flame was coming out of his mouth. It can throw fire, baby. Let's go, Grimlock. As Grimlock roared as Naruto was standing on his head with chakra strings attached to the puppet. As he stretched the paths of pain, while Naruto made shadow clones, and mimicking his movements, Grimlock made the sign as well. After channeling chakra through his system, Grimlock made many clones, and all of them rushed towards the Katsuki and took down many of the beasts that were summoned through the summoning path, and all of the paths were destroyed, mainly Diva path first because it can resurrect other paths after they were destroyed. Only Tendo was left. As Naruto jumped out of his Grimlock. Let's do this, Naruto said, as Naruto and Pain got into a taijutsu battle. But after Pain used his universal pull, Naruto was pulled towards him, much to the surprise of everyone. Before he could cast any more attack. There was a moment of silence before he was thrown to the side by none other than a lightning strike, which was from none other than Sasuke Uchiha, who was standing there. "You will not hurt my Narukun." As then he was slammed between two slabs of earth, which was from Kurtsuchi, because then he was thrown in the air by a gust of wind. And then finally Hinata delivered a axe kick to his stomach. "His wife's, and we will protect our beloved," all of them said in unison as they got near Naruto. As Naruto was god-smacked at this, "Kurtsuchi-chan, Temari-chan, Hinata-chan, Sasuke-chan, what are you doing here?" "Narukun," they all said, "we will fight with you. You are our husband and our beloved. We will not let you go into a battle all by yourself. When you fight, we fight. What is precious to you is precious to us, and we will fight till our last breath to protect it and you." As Naruto has tears in his eyes. And then he said, I love you, all of you," as all of their eyes widened. "Did he just confess to us?" "I guess he did," they said, as all of them gloped him and hugged him. After kissing them each, Ethan got up and got serious, as pain was coming out of the rubble. He was already quite beaten up, as he started to make his hand forward. Before he could yell anything, Minato arrived behind him and shoved a Rasen Shuriken in his back. "Surprised, aren't ya?" Because Minato learned the same technique after, with the help of Naruto, he was able to perfect it. His Rasen Shuriken was made of fire instead of air. While Naruto was air, Menma's was water, and Naruto was lightning. 1. After his body was set aflame, Naruto and Minato got into the Sage mode. Because Naruto was a Toad summoner as well, but didn't use Toad so much. His Toad summon was still Gamakichi. And the Toad bots couldn't be summoned at the same time by 3 summoners, so they were with Minato, Naruto, and Menma. And Naruto was battling with his Grimlock. Getting on his Grimlock as with his father, they rushed towards where they could sense the chakra of the true pain. After arriving there, they confronted him, and he gave up his eyes and told them that Obito Uchiha was interpreting them and was the one responsible for the attacks. He was also using the identity of Madara Uchiha, meaning the only one who was successful in capturing his Jinchuriki, which was none other than the 5-tails dolphin/horse, who was a rogue ninja from Kiri, while his partner died in battle, came to Akatsuki hideout. What is the problem? Why is everyone taking so long? They should be here by now. Obito, they are not coming. As Obito's eyes widened, who is there? As his sensei came into view, his eyes widened. And then he's narrowed. I see you figured it out, Minato sensei, but it's not that it matters. Once I have all of the Bijus, then the world will be at peace finally, and I will be the one who will make sure of it. Before he could yell any more, a Chidori was shoved through his chest from center, as blood seeped out of him. As he looked back, Kakashi, a bastard till the end. I should have known. You killed her, and now me. So much for a friend and comrade you are. As then, another person came into view. No, Obito-kun, he didn't kill me. I was alive all along. It was plan of Minato sensei. At the time, how? Flashback. At the time when they were running towards where they had to go, because I forgot. Anyways, I think, Rin, you should stay here. But why, sensei? You should make a blood clone at best, because I think it will be best to stop the war and prevent you from dying or anything. I see, sensei. And reluctantly she agreed. The real Rin stayed with Kushina while the blood clone went with Minato, and the rest was as in canon, meaning Obito saw Rin blood clone die at the time. Inside the blood clone was Isubu sealed, while the real Rin didn't have anything sealed inside of him. After the explanation was done, Obito's eyes widened. I see. I am sorry, Rin-chan. Everyone, I guess I have fallen into a dark path, and my only redemption is death. I'm sorry, Obito. It has to come to this. As both Kakashi and Minato cried, as Rin was already a crying mess. Wait for me at the other side, Obito. I'll be joining you there. A little bit late. Don't join me, both of you. So early, at least. I'll be waiting for both of you there. Sorry, Sensei. I guess I am a disappointment. No, you're not. And we forgive you, Obito. You were being manipulated by this bastard, said Obito as he got the skull of none other than Zetsu in his hand. Zetsu? Yeah. Well, Naruto is quite a reader, and he found out that Kaguya left his will behind. And after searching, he came to a conclusion that his will was none other than Zetsu. Her will, her mind, her dark counterpart, who will listen to her only. So we took care of it with the help of Naruto. I see. Arigato, everyone. As Obito then died, closing his eyes, and he was buried there with respect. As a fallen comrade, a lover, a shinobi who had fallen into the darkness path but was brought to light back. And once they returned to the village, they all celebrated and cheered for Naruto and the Namikaze family as a whole. And time skip came to an end, as now we see Naruto getting married to everyone, as he was now inside the bedroom of their honeymoon resort. As all four of his wives then said, "Oh, Naruto-kun, oh boy, what did I get myself into?" As Naruto's screams were heard at that night, and after 9 months, Naruto was a happy father, and Kushina was happy as well because she got a lot of grandchildren, twins from each one of the women. And Minato was also crying with happiness, as did Naruko and Menma, because they became uncle and aunt, and they were planning on marrying as well. And much to the dismay and surprise of everyone, Naruko chose Kiba to marry, while Menma chose none other than Tenten to marry as well. Well, Neji chose a clansman because he was a still clan member and still a dickhead, so yeah, you get the gist of it. And there was already peace, so yeah, there was no need for that. And as for the Otsuzukis, well, let's just say that they gave up on planet Earth because they were too lazy to do anything about it. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this movie off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out. Peace.